In other news, a local nun has disgraced her order by defying her promise to never marry. A local woman named Rosalind joined the convent less than a week ago and has already been shunned. Rosalind joined the convent, but soon after fell in love with Benvolio the Montague. They snuck around behind the backs of Benvolio's kinsmen and the other nuns for about a day. Then, after meeting only twice, they convinced Friar John to marry them in secret. They only lasted about 5 hours until Friar John realized that Rosalind was a nun. All of these people played minor parts in the Romeo and Juliet scandal that ended the feud between the Montagues and the Capulets, and many think that Benvolio and Rosalind were trying to grab some of Romeo and Juliet's fame for themselves. Here now with us we have leading psychiatrist Arthur Apiste.
Yes, sir. I believe that since these two were rather close to the events transpired between Romeo and Juliet but had a minimal effect on the happenings, that they subconsciously felt that this was their chance to be famous as well. This was just a misguided grab for fame and fortune. Years from now, I think there will be a picture box show called MTV that makes millions off of dramas like this.
Well, thank you, Dr. Apiste, for your time and expertise. Here now we have Friar John to shed more light onto this story.
Thank you. When Benvolio and Rosalind came to me to get married, I did think it was a little peculiar to have their wedding so soon after their friends got married. You see, I was en route to Mantua to deliver a letter to Romeo after my failed first attempt, when the horrific murder-suicide occurred. It was not until later that day when I found out what happened to Romeo and Juliet. This made me even more surprised that Benvolio and Rosalind wanted to be wed. I was disturbed by this, so I went to one of the nuns at the convent for guidance. In the course of our conversation, she realized she knew who Rosalind was. She immediately freaked out and went on a rampage around Verona trying to find Rosalind. I soon realized that Rosalind was a nun, and that I had just aided in destroying her vows. So I went to confession and then renounced my own priesthood. I now plan to live out my life in self-imposed poverty in the wilderness.
Well, that's nice, I guess. Good luck with that. That's all the time we have for this story.
Hello, Verona. It is shaping to be a beautiful week. Today we have warm temperatures throughout the day, and cooler temperatures tonight with many clouds. On Friday it appears as there might be a slight gentle rain showers blowing through Verona and Mantua, but all of the rain should be gone by late Friday night. This leaves Saturday looking wonderful and being very warm. Looks like the big justing match scheduled for Saturday will definitely be on. Isn't that right, Francis?
That is correct. As you can see, we have many clouds about to come through Verona. This is what will be causing the rain you will see tomorrow on Friday. But these clouds should be blown by, leaving you with a wonderful weekend, as you said earlier. Monday will be hot, hot, hot. Tuesday will be cold, cold, cold. And the next week will be meh. Back to you, Harold.
Alright. Thank you, Harold. Well, that concludes the weather for the next few days. Remember to plan on going out on the weekend because it looks like it's going to be gorgeous. Back to Theater 4. No!
As stated earlier, Romeo the Montague and Juliet the Capulet were recently found dead in the Capulets' tomb. If you were wondering why they were found there dead, we've just received all of the details. After Juliet was told by her father that she was going to marry Paris on Thursday, she went to Friar Lawrence for help. The friar gave Juliet a potion that would make her appear dead for 42 hours, and he sent a letter to Romeo telling him where and when Juliet will wake up. This letter never went through due to Friar John being quarantined for being suspected to have the plague, and Romeo was only notified whenever Juliet was dead, and that's when he went to the tomb. Seeing Juliet dead, he took his own life. The friar then arrived when Juliet woke up, and seeing Romeo dead, left Juliet alone. Juliet took her life, for real this time. The two families arrived, saw the two lying dead, and decided to end the ongoing feud between each other. Here today are Lord Capulet and Lord Montague to speak about the terrible tragedy that has just happened. Welcome, sirs.
Thank you.
Hello.
What were some of the things said whenever you all first saw the young lovers breathless in the tomb?
The first thing said that stuck in my mind was myself condemned and myself accused. The friar said this, and this is when I first realized he had a part in Romeo and Juliet's marriage and death. And of course, I remember when Capulet, here, first engaged in ending the grudge between our families. "O brother Montague, give me thy hand," he said.
The only thing I can seem to remember is when I received the news of the deaths. It shocked me so much. The watchman told me, "Sovereign, here lies County Paris slain, and Romeo dead, and Juliet dead before, warm and new killed."
Those are some very powerful words. The deaths have obviously affected how your families interact with each other. Do you plan to do anything else besides ending the grudge?
Yes, indeed. We are planning to do something great, in fact.
We are going to build a golden monument of the two lovers in Verona. This will not only be our way to remember them, but also mark when our two families decide to keep peace.
That is great. If you two could say something to your children right now, what would you want to tell them?
I would tell my beloved Juliet that I am so sorry. I should have never forced her to marry Paris, especially because I always said I'd let her do what she wants to do. Also, I would tell her it was stupid of me to hate the Montagues so much that she had to hide her true feelings from her parents. I'm so sorry, Juliet. May you rest in peace. Oh my God.
I would tell Romeo that I should have made it clear to him that I was here to help him. It seemed as though I would scold him if he came for help. It hurt to see him locked up in his room and in the wilderness so much. This is my fault, however, for not being a good enough father.
Very deep stuff, man. That's all the time we have for this story. Thanks for coming on the show. An apothecary in Mantua was caught trying to smuggle poisons past guards today in Verona. He was reported to be scared out of his mind and as thin as a stick. Luckily for me, I managed to bring in one of the guards on duty that day. Please welcome Verona Guard number 4.
Hail, Harold. My name is Verona Guard number 4, and I am the toughest guard to ever live.
Is that so?
Of course. No one has ever bested me in any strength competition. Why, I remember a time... Ow! Why does this throw the pebbles at me so roughly?
That's what I thought. Anyway, tell me about your story of what happened with the apothecary smuggler.
Well, I noticed a small, pathetic-looking man approach me at Verona's gate. He seemed very fidgety and asked to enter. I quickly searched the man over and found 5 vials of poison on him. I asked him what he was doing with them, and he said, "Romeo ripped me off, and now I'm coming for him." I quickly attacked him and locked him up in jail.
Well, is that not interesting? Luckily, I managed to find someone to give another side of the story. The apothecary himself.
Hey, everybody.
Hello, apothecary. Would you kindly inform us of what occurred the day you were arrested?
Alright, man, here's what happened. So I might have sold Romeo the poison that inevitably killed him, although he could have killed himself any other way. Anyway, Romeo wondered whether I had the stuff that would kill him in seconds. Such mortal drugs I have, but Mantua's law is death to any he that utters them. So Romeo agrees to keep things quiet, and would give me money for it. I am very poor, so my poverty, but not my will, consented. So I finally gave him the poison, and he gives me the money. However, it turns out to be a way lower amount than I thought it was. I was also mad about what he did. That was good poison that I sold him. So I came up with a plan to go to Verona and kill Romeo myself before he committed suicide. However, I got caught by the guards and found out what happened to Romeo. I was glad that it happened. He got what he deserved.
I see. So how do you feel about the Capulet Montague truce because of what happened?
I hate it. Both sides of that family used to come to me all the time for poisons and other things to kill each other. Now nobody comes to see me at all. I hate this. I'm out of here.
Hey, what are you doing?
Ha ha ha. Oh, I love when they try to run. In other news, Friar Lawrence has been sentenced to death for practicing witchcraft. Here it says he was, quote, doubting his faith because of the Romeo and Juliet conflict. The execution is scheduled for tomorrow, but right now we have a live interview of the friar before he gets imprisoned. That's right, and I'm Pasquale here with Friar Lawrence. Why exactly did you turn to witchcraft?
Well, after Romeo and Juliet killed themselves and made both families mad, it was practically my fault, and I didn't know what to do. After thinking for a good 2 minutes and 19 seconds, I came to a conclusion. The only practical thing I could do was go to witchcraft. I remember my friend Gorf Smeller was a witch, so I went to him for some tips. He came back to my boat and showed me one of the easiest spells to perform. When I was in the middle of it, he ran away and I didn't know why. I continued performing the ritual, though, soon after found out why I ran away. The prince and his people came to my door, asking why there was smoke coming from my basement window. Before I could say anything, they came inside and went down to look for themselves. I tried hopping on my broom and flying away, but it didn't work. Instead, I injured myself badly. So in the end, I got caught and charged, while nothing happened to Gorf since he wasn't actually performing any of his spells. That son of a witch.
Oh wow, seems like you're in a tough witch-oation. Now, do you regret marrying Romeo and Juliet?
No, because it did bring the two families together. They might have been enraged with me, but I wasn't punished for that. Emotionally, I was out of control, however, because I just caused the deaths of 2 young people. I regret more that I turned to witchcraft, of course. Because of that, I'm going to die, and that was my own stupid mistake.
One last question. If you could say anything to Gorf right now, what would you say?
I would scold him and tell him that he's a liar and a thief. Seriously. He told me I wouldn't get charged if caught, and he stole my favorite pair of shoes.
Which ones?
Those ones I wear every Sunday, with the cute little puppy dog racing at the tops. Anyway, I want to tell him that I'm very upset with him, and he should get executed with me.
I can spell. Tell him that if you want me to.
That would be great. Hey, why do you keep using witch puns?
What the heck are you talking about? Well, that sure is a sticky situation over there. I think Pasquale just got hit in the temple.